Forget your line?
Yeah. Line. Coming to you semi-live from the Beer to Whiskey Studios, high atop Barley's Tap Room on Washington Street in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big John in 5. And that's where I get the Beer to Whiskey beer whisperer, my good buddy here, Big John Richards, to pick a beer from one of Barley's 72 taps or among its 50 or 60 bottles and cans. He sort of surprises me with it. Most of the time I've not had whatever it is that he's bringing. And we sniff it, we sip it, we kibitz about it. John talks a little bit about the brewery and sometimes he even shares a little brewing history with us. And on top of all that, we get to drink some beer. Having said that, John, what are you hitting me with now?
So we're drinking a sour IPA, which the category is not new to me, but this beer is new to me. But the category itself is still, it doesn't have style guidelines. It doesn't exist as an official style. It sort of fits into specialty IPA or sometimes into fruit beer, even depending on what's going on. And this may sit in the fruit beer category, or if it were getting entered into something, because it's got raspberries and lemons added to it.
Okay.
Or it may sit in IPA, and kind of the style guideline for specialty IPA is just, it sort of has to feel like an IPA. It should be crisp. It should have some hoppy presence.
Sure.
It should, so it's a real nebulous thing to have to define, but you're going to get a little bit of the, American hoppy presence, probably a little bitter bite, but you're going to get a more sour finish. And in this case, definitely some fruit sweetness I'm expecting. Again, this beer is new to me, but Wise Man has put out some really fun beers. I think we've done one or two of theirs already.
It sounds familiar. I think at least one, I would say.
Yeah, at least one. And they're out of, Winston-Salem?
Parts unknown.
Parts unknown. It's either Winston-Salem or Durham, and they're all right there together anyway. They probably don't like me saying that, but
The Tri-Cities or
right,
whatever.
yeah. I think it's Winston-Salem, but they've just been open since 2017 as well, so they're relatively new. Been in our market here in South Carolina for a year or so now, and they do some really, really good, solid, traditional interpretations of traditional stuff, and then they do some of this off-the-wall stuff, which is the eye candy, if you will.
Yes. This is our third segment that we've shot today.
It's giving away our secrets.
Yes. And the third sort of goofy, soury, gozy thing that we've done, because I asked him to get all that nonsense out of the way early so I can enjoy the rest of my day. But so far, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping we're going to go 3 for 3 here.
I'm pretty excited for this because I've had a handful of really, really good sour IPAs. They're super refreshing. They're usually super bright, refreshing, really clean, really brisk on the finish. You get that little bit of tartness hitting on the outside, and then you're usually getting hammered pretty good with the bright citrusy side, the grapefruit, the lemonade stuff.
Well, it's got that.
So with this,
it's got that orange juicy kind of look to it.
And of course, this is a little hazy. It's certainly far from being, chunky,
chewy,
like some of these milkshake IPAs do. But it's this should be a lot of fun.
I like. This is all what you're seeing here. The white isn't head; it's lacing.
Yeah.
And
it's really cool.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to this.
Well, let's not dolly
You
that.
want to get to it?
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Willie.
Yeah, cheers. There's a ton of lemon on the front of that. Lemon and grapefruit up on the nose. peel, the real pithy peel side.
Yeah, it's got the bitter, like if you suck down an orange peel, it's got that little bit of, it's orangey, but it's got that little bit of bitter taste to it as well.
Yeah, it's a little oily. Ooh, there's all the tart. Ooh, at the very back, it really popped back in for me with the raspberry and that tart fruit side, and the sourness of it really came through at that very late stage. It's crazy how long this can continue. You know, when I did the Windows on the Windows on the World wine course, let's go with those words.
Sheet slitters.
Yeah. Kevin Zarelli advocates for a full minute to taste a sip of wine. That it should take you a full 60 seconds to really appreciate what's going on in a wine. And I feel the same way about beer. When you're tasting it, sitting at a bar with your friends, you don't need to take a full minute to sit there in silence and examine your beer. But if you're trying to do something, a little more in depth like
trying
this,
to educate yourself.
right? Take the time, because the aftertaste is so important with beer, especially with beer. I should say, with wine, probably equally important, because there's so much that the lingering taste does and changes over those seconds and minutes. And IPAs, man, especially in the IPA world, the bitterness, the ebb and flow of the bitterness. I mean, I've had beers that linger, in 10, 12 minutes before that taste is finally gone. And this is much, much quicker than that. But still, man, the finish takes so long to get to you. It's
right.
It's wonderful. Sorry. It was a rabbit trail.
You were
waxing
on. Yes, yes. I didn't want to stop you. It was so eloquent and so well thought, presented.
Thanks. Don't pay any attention to. He flatters me. Those guys are fun. This hits that note right on the head. It's juicy. It's refreshing. It's tart. But you can tell that you're getting some of that hoppy citrus instead of just a juicy citrus. I think this really well fits into what I would consider sour IPA.
And what's the alcohol?
6%.
Did we say that? Did you say that?
I don't think I did.
I don't either.
No, it's
sometimes I doze off and I just miss stuff.
Yeah. So 6 fits right into IPA territory too, which is 5.5 to 7.5. And so, I mean, this could fit into it fits into the alcohol side, it fits into the taste profile, so I think it fits really well into the IPA side. And these guys are doing some pretty good work with hops up there. Their Mountain Calling IPA is one of my favorite West Coast around today right now.
Is that right?
Really well balanced.
I think this is pretty tasty. You are 3 for 3 today,
Thanks,
John. You're 3 for 3. Don't push your
We're
luck.
getting right. No, Gotta know when to hop off when you're hot.
Exactly. Anything else?
Oh, speaking of which, I think we should go.
All right, sounds good.
Cheers.
So damn lucky. See you next time.